Ma'am, I have given you the rights so that we can start.
Yes, thank you so much. I will be starting soon.
Okay, ma'am. And I have taken back the audio rights. So whenever it is required by the participants, I'll give them back at the end of the session.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Is my screen visible, Sakshi? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Audible. And screen is audible.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Let's start with today's session. So today's topic is tuple. Okay. What we mean by tuple? Tuple is nothing but it has a list of elements, sequence of elements. Okay. So we can have like single element in the tuple, or we can have multiple elements in the tuple, right? So if we are specifying two or more elements inside the tuple, then we need to separate them with the help of comma operator. Okay, and parenthesis, usually we do use parenthesis whenever we are trying to try to create the tuple, but entirely up to you. If you want to skip or if you don't want to use the parenthesis, then definitely that is up to you. So here parentheses are optional. Fine. So let us try let us start with creating a tuple. So in this particular cell, the one which I have highlighted, so here I'm trying to create one tuple named tup1, and inside this I do have two elements. Okay, here the first element is string and the second element is integer type, right? So in this case, what happens, like as I mentioned, tuple is nothing but a sequence of elements. So those elements can be homogeneous element, those elements can be heterogeneous element. That means I can create a tuple which consists of all the elements of same type, or they can be of mixed type. Okay. For example, here I have created one tuple1 and tup1, and inside this I have two elements which are not of same type. One is string type, the other one is numeric type, right? So when I execute this, so tuple1 will get created, right? So after this, in the next cell, what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to like check the type of tuple, right? So what should be the type of tup1? Type of tup1 is, because inside tup1 I have two elements, I have created a tuple, so type of this particular tup1 should be tuple, right? As you can see here, type is tuple type, right? So how do I access the elements? So in case of other programming language, you might have seen the arrays. So in array also, you used to access the elements inside the, like how do you use to access the elements? You used to access the elements with the help of indices, right? So in a similar way, you can access the elements of tuple that you have created. So you can access those elements with the help of indexing. Okay, so here I will be using these brackets, and inside that bracket I need to mention which particular element you would like to access. So I need to mention the index of that particular element. Okay, like array used to start indexing with 0. So here tuple1 will also tuple also starts their indexing from 0. Okay, 0 to n minus 1 elements for n number of elements, right? So whichever element that you want to access, you need to give that element's index. For example, here I wanted to extract the first element. Okay, as I need to extract the first element, so I need to give index of this first element, that is tup1 of 0. So what it will retrieve? It retrieves me Harshita, right? So it retrieves the string as Harshita, fine? Name of a student, you can say. So in the next cell, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to place, or I'm trying to replace the element value. So am I not audible?
You are audible now.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reassign the value tup1 of 1 equals to 24. So whenever I do that, it is providing the error. What type of error it is providing? It is not making me to reassign the, it is not allowing me to reassign the value. Okay, why it is not reassigning? You check the error. It is providing you, or it is giving you type error. Okay, so tuple object does not support item assignment. Okay, that is not allowed. Why it is not allowed? Because we have seen in the examples of mutable and non-immutable. In mutable type, we have seen the example like list is a mutable type, whereas immutable type, integer itself is an immutable type. Okay, even tuple is also immutable type. Okay, so I cannot change the values of the if we once create the tuple, then I cannot replace the values. Okay, so as tuple is immutable, so we are getting this particular error. So let us move to the next cell. Okay, because of the same reason, we are not like if I try to use any of these functions, if we try to use, for example, sort, reverse, extend, insert, pop, or and append. So what it does is it gives me error. Okay, why it gives me error? Whenever we use these kind of functions for the tuple, whenever I want to apply these kind of inbuilt function on the tuple, because of immutability only. Okay, because tuple are immutable, so I cannot use these kind of functions. Okay, let us move to the next one. So here I have created tuple tup2 is equals to 10, and if I'm trying to check the type of this tup2, so what it will generate is it generates the type as integer type. Why it generates the type as integer type? Because here 10 is integer number. Okay, but I mentioned that parentheses are optional for creating single element tuple, and for creating multiple element tuple also it is optional. Okay, parentheses are optional, but whenever I try to create single element inside this tuple 2, because this particular element is treated as numeric value, numeric type, so it is giving type as int. So how do I rectify it? So better you try to give, for example, let me create tuple 2. So here I have created a tuple tup2 is equals to 10 comma. So with this, what happens whenever you do this, it generates the output. Okay, and it creates the tuple for single element. That means this comma is just to differentiate whether you are using, whether you are creating a numeric value or whether you are creating a tuple. Okay, if you want to create tuple for with single element inside it, so what you need to do is you need to place the comma after 10. Again, it's up to you. You can place these parentheses or you may not. It's up to you. So here in this particular example, I can skip. I want to skip. So let me get the result. when we execute. So you can check here, type of tup2 is equals to tuple only, right? Okay, let us move to the next cell. Inside this particular cell, what we have done, we have simply checked inside this particular element. Where are we? Mhm. Okay, inside this particular cell, we have created one tuple as tup5 with 3 different elements inside it, 10, 20, and 30. And later on, I just wanted to check its ID of tuple 5. And later on, I just wanted to check what this concatenation operation does. Okay, it simply takes 2 tuple. Okay, and it takes 2 tuple, that is tuple 5, and contents of tuple 5 and contents of this particular tuple will be concatenated with each other. Okay, and just I wanted to check whether same list is created or different list is created, sorry, same tuple is created or it will create the different tuple when we use the concatenation operation. So I just printed the resultant tuple tup5. So you can check the result here. It has created on this initial tuple 5, 10, 20, 30 was created at this particular location, whereas the next one has created in some other location. Okay, why this is happening, this concatenation is not happening in the inside, or you can say concatenation is not getting done in the same tuple. Instead, it is creating the new tuple and it is concatenating over there at the new memory location, right? So you can see 40 has been concatenated with the earlier tuple, that is 10, 20, and 30. Okay, let us move to the next cell. In this particular cell, you can see we have 3 elements, okay, 10, 20, and 30. And later on, I'm trying to create, or I'm trying to use slice operator. Okay, whenever I try to use the slice operator, like we used slice operator to extract the substring out of the string, in a similar way, I can use slice operator to extract subtuple out of this particular tuple. Okay, so you can check, I have extracted 0 to 2. That means I will be able to get start index is 0, 1, this 2 minus 1, that is 1. From 0th element to 1 element. Okay, 0 to 1, I will be able to get the values. Okay, when you execute this, you will get this particular result, right? So here simply I'm showing that instead of not only applying slice operator on the strings, we can even apply slice operator on the tuple as well. Okay, a working criteria remains same. There also it used to take the first starting index as this particular first index as start index and the next index as the last minus one index. At that particular place, it will stop. Right, so here last index I have given as 2, so it will not print this value. Instead, it extracts 2 minus 1, that is up to this, right? So in the next cell, what I've done, I have taken a tuple 3, and inside that I just wanted to add again using with the help of concatenation operator as well as some slice operator. I just wanted to concatenate the tuple 1. Tuple 1 here is the first tuple, that is which has only one element, 40. Okay, and the second element, second tuple here is tup3, that is from start index. You can see start index is 2 up to what, up to last. Okay, till we reach the end of the tuple. Okay, here the second value is missing. That means I will start with 2 and I will go on till the end. So let us see what is there in tuple 2, tup3. In tup3, we know this is 0, this is 0, this is zeroth index, this is 1th index, first index, and this is second index, right? So here for the first tuple for this particular concatenation operator is 40 comma, that means the first tuple is 40, contains one element as 40. The second element that I want to, second tuple that I want to concatenate is all the elements from second index of tuple 3, that is 30. Okay, only one element exists at second position and no other element exists. So it starts from that place and it ends at that place only. So output of this should be 40 and 30. It should be 40 and 30. Let me execute it. Okay, let's do this. Why it is. Let me recheck this. Okay, I will let you know why it's not giving the desired result. Okay, next one is expression list. Fine. In this, we do have created one more next tuple as tuple tup4. So inside this tup4, what we have done, we do have some elements. Okay, and one of the element, the first element itself is given in the form of expression. Okay, so we can either give the element, okay, value, or else you can give the expression while creating the tuple. So in this particular example is illustrating that we can give the value while creating the tuple, as well as I can provide the expression. So tuple 4 will get created with a value. It will solve whenever we have created 20 plus 30, 20 plus 10. So first element of tuple 4, it will save it as 30. Okay, second element will take it as 30.5. Right? So it has taken 30 and 30.5. So next one is we have created next tuple with name tup6. So inside this, what I have done, I have created 3 different elements. The first element is simply integer value. The second element is expression. The third element I am giving as int value. Okay, so whenever we do try to execute this particular cell, so it should provide me 1, 5 and 4. Correct? So let us move to the next cell. So here next cell is providing what? It is providing it is providing some employee details. Okay, so what is the employee ID? So first employee ID is in the form of string. The second element is in which location he is from, which particular, he or she is from which location. So again, a location is in the form of string, and how much salary he is currently drawing. So it is in the form of int value. And the third one is what about his performance? Okay, so there are different metrics. Based on those metrics, someone has evaluated the performance of an employee. So is it good, bad, and so on? Okay, very good, extremely good. So in terms of those, so this particular employee has a good performance, right? So again, it is in the form of string. So like this, I can create the heterogeneous elements, okay, which may have string value, which may have int value, and so on. Fine. So it gets created, tup7 gets created like this. So next element is okay, next cell is indicating what? It is simply indicating that we do have created, you might have checked this. So here it is like 123 and 45, comma 45. So whenever I do write this a equals to 1 comma 23 comma 45, it generally it may be looking like a number, simple number, but okay, of integer type, but it is not integer type. Okay, this example we have also seen while dealing with data type, numeric data type, right? So instead, what it will do is it creates a tuple called a with three different elements inside it. Okay, 1, 23 and 45. Okay, that's why I just wanted to check the type, and as well as I just wanted to apply the length on this particular. I just wanted to cross check the length of this particular tuple. Okay, so you can say type of this particular a, as I said, parentheses are optional, so the type of this a will be tuple, and length should be 3 because 3 different elements are there, hence length should be 3. Okay, you can check here the type here, it comes out to be tuple, whereas here length is 3. Fine. Okay, it is just to extract some of the elements from the tuple. Okay, so how do we extract the slice? With the help of slice operator, how do I extract few elements from this particular tuple 7? Tuple 7, 1, 2, 3, that means it should extract the first element, it should extract the second element. Okay, zeroth, this is at placed at zeroth place, this is at first place, and this is at second place, and this is at third place. So I've given from 1 to 3. So what it will take, it should print these two element of tuple 7, New Delhi and 50,000 should be printed. Correct? So let us move to the next section. In the next section, how do I need to extract the elements with the help of indexing? We have done that. So positive value, whenever I give 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on, so it goes to that particular location. It extracts the corresponding element, right? So when I give negative values, so it starts from the last element. Okay, for example, tab 7 of -1, so it extracts the last one, that is good will be extracted. Okay, if I provide -2, so this should be extracted, and so on, -1, -2, like from starting, if I need to display, I use positive values from 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And if I need to display from the last one, so I will simply take -1, -2, and so on, right? This example we have also illustrated with while dealing with strings. So when we execute this, we get the last element, that is good. Okay, fine. So how about colon 3? Okay, this means suppose if I want to extract every third element. Okay, so every third element will be extracted when we use colon 3. If I want to extract every second element, I will simply mention as 2. So here you can see the employee ID, and the after employee ID, I have displayed the third element. So both the elements will be printed, right? So you can check here. Here, the first element is this, and after this, you can say 1, 2, and third element. Every third element will get printed. Similarly, in a reverse way, if I want to print every third element, so I will be using minus sign. Fine, correct? Fine. So next one is repeat operator. So here repeat operator is indicated with the help of multiplication, that is star, right? So whenever you use star with some value, okay, integer value. Okay, initially what you have done, you have taken a tuple comprising of single element. Single element tuple is 100, and later on you have used repeat operator. Here it is not multiplication. In fact, whenever we use asterisk sign, okay, multiplication operator, then definitely this operator, we do assume it as it multiplies two different values. But here this is not belongs to multiplication. Instead, it belongs to repeat operator. Okay, so this value, whatever is the value of tuple, will be repeated 4 times. Okay, so in this example, I have only single element inside tuple 8. So what it will do, it repeats that particular element 4 times. So when you print this, you will get 4 times 100, 100, 100, and so on, right? So apart from this, you can even make use of some built-in functions such as maximum, max of tuple 9. So here tuple 9 is created with these many elements, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 8, and later on when we create okay, when we try to extract the maximum value out of this tuple 9, so it should extract the maximum of this, that is 8. Right? Yes. Okay. Next one is the comparative operator. The next comparative operator is less than. Okay. Here we have created. Okay. I just wanted to print tuple 3. So let me go and check what are the content of tuple 3. Okay. Or else anyhow we are printing, right? Fine. Anyhow we are printing, so no need to go about this set. So initially I will print the tuple 3. So tuple 3 will have some values inside that particular tuple, and element will be each element, okay, of tuple 3 will be compared with these this particular tuple elements. How they will be compared? First element of tuple 3, whatever element value is there, first element of tuple 3 will be compared with first element of this particular tuple. Okay, because as we have used less than sign, so I'm checking for less than, whether first element is less than this particular value. Okay, suppose if they are not, okay, first element is not less than the first element of this particular tuple. Okay, instead they are same. Just imagine tuple 3 has 50. First element has 50. So 50 is not same as 50 is not less than 50. You all know. So what it will do? It moves to the next element of tuple 3 and next element of this. Okay. So again it checks whether the second element of tuple 3 is less than 40. Okay. So like this, it moves till it reaches the result as true. Okay. So here tuple 3 we have printed. In tuple 3 we do have only one element, that is 40. Okay, so 40 is less than 50. You all know, yes, it is true. So it has given the result as true. Fine. So you just read out this by yourself. Take a minute of time. It says comparison operator. In case of comparison operator, if first element is same, then it does next element. Okay, it does check the next element and so on until it finds the different elements. Okay, if suppose first element of the first tuple and first element of the second tuple are same, then it checks for the second element of each. Again, second elements are also same, then it next checks the next elements. Okay, so let us take some example. 0, 1, 0 as the first tuple. We are checking whether 0, 1, 0 is less than 0, 2, 0. First, how it checks? It checks whether this 0 is less than this 0. Okay. They are equal, they are not less. So what it will do, it will now check second element of this, that is 1 is less than second element of this. 1 is less than 2, which is true, so it will stop. That means if it finds it is true at this location, it is true, so it will stop. It will not move ahead. Okay, it gives the result as true. Let us take the next example. First element, intentionally I kept it as same. So it moves to the element, that is 4 and 1 will get compared. So in this 4 is not less than 1. So here in this example, it should result as false, right? And definitely it will not go and check the third element. Okay, like this. So next example is, we just wanted to check this, whether 10, 20 and 30 are equal to 10, 20 and 30. As you all know, both are equal, so it should generate the result as true. Okay, so in this 0, 1, 1 is less than 0, 1, 1. It is not, then it should generate the result as false. Right? So these comparison operator will not only work for numbers, it will also work for string values. Okay. For example, strings. For example, I have two tuples. The first tuple elements are Kavita and Pavita, whereas second element tuple are Kavita and Sunita. So what it will check here, less than, I'm looking for less than operation sign. So this element will be checked with this particular element. As they are same, so it will move to the next element, that is second element. Pavita will be checked with this element. As we know, this element, this string is less than this particular string. Okay, alphabetical order. So if we say, then Pavita, this second element of first tuple is less than second element of this, so it should give the answer as true. Correct. So not only on strings, definitely here we don't have any characters in Python. We do have all in a string only, but element wise, if we have only one character inside the string, that can also be checked. Okay, this is just that illustration. So here our answer should be false, right? First element of this tuple is same as first element of this tuple, but if I compare second element, both the elements are not of same type. So it should generate the output as false. Okay. So here I will stop. Here it ends the introduction of tuple. So maybe in the next class I will take the list. Again, list is also the sequence, right? So I'm ready to take queries. If any queries are there, you can either unmute yourself and ask, or else you can start. Sakshi, can you give them the rights so that they can ask?
Yes, ma'am, I have given them the rights.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening. Can you please repeat the number 130 in tuple?
Number 1.
130, 130.
I will share the screen again.
Hello, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Which one you want me to repeat?
130.
Can you explain what was that?
Can you explain expression operator, ma'am?
Okay, expression operator nothing but suppose if I want to give this, if I want to check x is equals to 2 into 3, okay, plus 1. Fine. When we check this, so what happens? First 2 into 3 will get solved. Later on, whatever result of this, that is 6, will be added to 1. Okay. So this I can pass it to, pass as an element, single element to the tuple. Okay. Instead of simple numbers or string, I can have some kind of expressions. These kind of expressions. I don't want to pass the value as 81. I just passed the expression, that is 9 cross 9.
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you explain the expression list? You have also display the expression list.
Expression list.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me go back. This one?
No, ma'am. Expression list, hashtag expression list, था ना, ma'am.
I don't know what you are asking.
This one, ma'am. This one. 127, ma'am. 127.
This is 126. Okay, this is what I explained.
127, ma'am.
Okay, this one. This one.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, okay. So here I have explained expression list as well. Expression list is nothing but instead of giving the value as 30, instead of solving it by myself as 20 plus 10, 30, comma 30.5, instead of giving this, what I have done, I have given the expression only 20 plus 10. Okay, so this whenever it creates the tuple of 2 elements. Okay, and it the reference for this tuple is tuple 4, tup 4, and it solves this 20 plus 10 and it saves as 30 as the in the first place, right? The whole expression 20 plus 10 will not be saved. Instead, it solves the expression first and later on, whatever result of that expression, it will be saved. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
That is what I explained here. Instead of single expression, okay, 2 plus 3, I can even have 2 into 3 plus 1 and I can pass here as x. Okay.
Can you repeat the top 7?
Okay. In this, what happens? Like every alternate values I wanted to display. So for that sake, I have taken this colon and then later on I have taken it as 3. 3 is every third element. So what was tuple 7? Tup 7 consists of these 4 elements, right? These 4 elements. Okay. So when I write, yes, unmute yourself. When I write this and this, it takes the first, it starts with this, it displays this, and every alternate after every third element it will print. Okay, so it has printed this, so it leaves 2 elements in between and it will print the third element.
Ma'am, please repeat 130.
Okay, so in this is the number, right? This we as a normal human being, we consider it as a number. Okay, like 1, 23, 45. We treat it as single number. Fine. But here Python treats this as a tuple. Why it treats this as a tuple? I explained in the while dealing with tuples definition. I explained how do you create the tuple? You can create the tuple with the help of parentheses. Parentheses are optional one, and you can write elements. You can write elements, and just you need to separate individual elements with the help of comma. This is what I explained, and this is equivalent to this tuple. The first tuple is same as the second tuple, correct? And in the next cell, in the next line, what I have written, a is equals to 1 comma 23 comma 45. That means this a is itself is a tuple, and it considers three different elements. Okay, 1 comma 23 comma 45. As I have created tuple over here or tuple over here with four different elements in this as well as in this, but here it will treat it as tuple with three different elements, 1, 23 and 45. Okay, so whenever you check type of it, so it prints it as tuple. Fine. And length of this particular tuple is 3. Why
Okay,
it is
ma'am.
3? Why it is 3?
Ma'am, please
Because
explain
1,
140.
2 and 3.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, one
Ma'am,
more thing. In
137.
tuples 7, what is the meaning of writing double semicolon?
Every
Tuples.
element, either you go for slicing operation, there you need to give start index and end index. Okay, but this we use it rarely, but this is the option that is given to you, that you want to skip some of the elements in between. So this is the best option to go. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, please explain 140.
ma'am, 137.
Okay.
137.
137 is this. It simply takes the maximum value of tuple whatever we have created. We created these many elements inside the tuple, right? So what it will take? It takes the maximum of tuple 9. So 1 to 8 elements are there. Maximum value you all know it is 8. So it simply prints it output as 8. 40.
Ma'am, 140.
Okay. See here. Okay. Just read out this statement once. Unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how it compares comparison, how comparison occurs in this. First, this 3 will be compared with this 3. Correct? 3 is not equal. 3 is not less than 3. Rather, they are equal to 3. They are equal. Okay. So for that sake, what it will do? It will check the second element of the first tuple with second element of the second tuple. So here 4 is not less than 1. We all agree 4 is not less than 1. Instead, 4 is greater than 1. So, but here we are checking for less. Whether 4 is less than 1, it is false. So it generates the output as false. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, 129. 120.
Okay. So what I will, can you all go through the video first, and later on I will take your queries if you have, because I have already repeated everything in the video also. First you listen to video once and later on come back to me for queries. Right, Sakshi?
Oh, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Pass the video to them. Okay.
Ma'am, it will be generated in another 1 or 2 hours, then I'll pass them on.
Okay. Because simply repeating each cell is, I don't think it's just a waste of time. So let them go
Yes,
through
ma'am.
the video and let them understand it by themselves.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
I will pass on the video to you in another 1 or 2 hours as soon as it is generated. Then you can refer to that video. Till you have doubts, then you can ask tomorrow as well. Will that be fine with everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
I have
ma'am.
pasted that in the chat window. So submit your attendance with 10 to 15 minutes. After that, the link will be disabled. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone.